Okay, hello, Twitch chat, YouTube. It's after a Mythic Society, so that's a first. Justin streamed for longer than one event. Don't know if we'll get the full league in tonight, but we might as well just record it anyways. What we're gonna do is play some Gaak. I took Not Me's Abundant Harvest list, and we're gonna run through a Vintage League. What's different about this list? We've got Abundant Harvest, that's for sure. No white cards. Some anglers in the board, and those are kind of spicy. Oh, carpet flowers, I like that. Cool looking lists. 2-2 vigor split in the main. Looks like fun. Let's do it. All right, round one, and we're versus Mage Winnie. Been a while since I've seen the Winnie. This hand doesn't do anything fast. If I had a Gaak in the hand, I would consider keeping it, but without a Gaak in the hand, it's a mulligan. This is very bad, so I'll try again. All right, here's our best hand so far. We're definitely gonna keep. Only one of our Bazaars is necessary. Probably can drop this Deathrite Shaman, in which case we have a hollow one, and Once Upon a Time, a bunch of cards. Yeah, looks good for me. All right, we've got Underground Sea Emerald. Rules out Doomsday. Likely PO. Oh, okay, all right. You gonna tinker me? What's going on here? Demonic. Sure. That can't be good. Cool! We got tinkered. Can they brick? I mean, look at that. They did brick? What? That's certainly a powerful hand, huh? That's a 1 restricted card, 2 restricted card, a 3 restricted card, 4 restricted card, 5 restricted cards. Oh, okay. Damn, all right. We'd like to draw a Vigor if possible. I guess we can attack their life total a little bit. Yeah, I don't foresee us winning this game, but maybe they have, you know, if they play a Force of Will and take 5 damage, maybe, I don't know. I told you, I'm just unlucky. It's just how it be. I could probably hold this hollow until post-combat, but I decided not to care. They must have had, I don't know. Maybe they had a Force of Will, but decided nothing of it was worth countering. On the play, would we snap win this game? Maybe. I mean, we only do them 4 damage, and they have an extra card to use. They bounced the Vengevine. Interesting. That's certainly a reason to keep the Root Wall in our hand. I mean, we might just win this game. Like, I guess there's theoretical chances that they work out here. I don't think they're very high, though. I mean, my opponent just had a high roll PO hand, and we are not playing blue, so it do be like that. We could have had a Vigor, but we didn't. All right, well, that's pretty dead. I am certainly regretting my choice of playing more Vintage. At least I have beer and chat. Some small upsides. My opponent's starting hand was Tinker, Emerald, Lotus, Demonic Tutor, Time Walk. Yeah, of course I'm gonna fucking lose. Why would you bounce the hollow one back to my hand? Oh, opponent, bounce your Mox. Good God. We're gonna let this play out. You guys can see what PO does, because you don't get to see that very much on my stream. Most of the time when I play PO, we just get pyroblasted and lose. So it's a cool opportunity to see an an unreliable combo deck get to do its thing, you know? It's not as bad as combo shops, but then again, no deck is as bad as combo shops. So whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, investigate. What's investigate, chat? Does that get a clue? Sack X clues. Target opponent reveals X cards on the top of their library. You may put a non-land permanent card with converted mana cost X among the battlefield. That's cool. Commander card in my Modern Horizons 2 set. Let's go. I don't really trust Mage Winnie to successfully pull off this combo, so let's see what happens. No, I'm not playing PO this weekend. PO is just a fucking unplayable deck. I don't know what to tell you, Slasher. Like, it's just not a playable deck. You shouldn't play it. There are other ways that you can play Tinker Citadel and have it be playable. PO is not the way you should go about it. All right. Tinker Citadel is confirmed busted, but it's also the reason that people think PO is good. So, all right. So Vigors come in and Chalice comes in, and we don't have Deafening Silence. So Collector Roof comes in. What do we take out? What do we want to take out here? I don't know. All my cards are sufficiently mediocre. Not me. What are we taking out? They're all kind of just medium, right? Like, I want to just cut all these Abundant Harvests. Like, why do we care about Abundant Harvest? Like that. 2 gas, 2 harvests. At least gas clocks. I think that's fair. All right, I'm in. Carpet of Flowers is not good against the deck that doesn't actually play islands. It plays a bunch of Mox mana. I will refute that one. Nope. Try again. Man, this is a keep. But it's definitely a hand that's gonna lose to PO. But I think this is a keep. Is it better to keep the hollow one or the Vengevine? I guess the hollow one. Like I don't really know what oh fuck. I forgot. I forgot. Mage Winnie just forces random ass Magic the Gathering cards, so certainly problematic. I don't think I've ever seen Mage Winnie hold a Force of Will for like the right card to counter. Like, not once have I ever seen that happen. Yeah, they're a boomer for sure. It's Aaron's favorite opponent. I mean, they're gonna get like completely punished for forcing the first Stitcher Supplier as I go Dryad Arbor, play Hogak, but yep. That's the cool part about Hogak is you don't have to have a Bazaar to be a functioning Magic the Gathering deck, which is pretty nice. All right, I hope you got some play to your deck besides Pithing Needle, or you're gonna get run over by a big avatar. Tinker? Oh, what? Okay, all right, we were holding back. I see you. Another Wasteland. I accept. I think it's better to activate Deathrite than cycle a hollow one. The question would be, when am I activating this Deathrite? I can hold the activation of Deathrite for possible Yogg-Wills. Am I gonna get balanced? No, they're just gonna die. Okay, so like, this is a great example of if your opponent uses Force of Will at a more opportune time, the matchup would be very, very different. You can just Force of Will the Hogak as a tempo play. Opponent has to find some way to fill up the graveyard to cast it again. And then there's not an 8/8 trampler running down your throat. So yeah, we're down to run it back. Let's do it. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, boy. So I kept a Hogak hand last game, but I was also on the play last game. In this game on 7, I don't think keeping a Hogak hand is correct. Though we have a Once Upon a Time, so theoretically we could, get like a Bazaar Baghdad or something. I would really like to have a Chalice or an Oof or really a Force of Vigor is the big one. So if we're not even having a Bazaar, I'm kind of off it. Do you get to choose what stretch? No. What do you think I am, a puppet? Come on now. Yeah. I think like on 6, I would probably keep this hand. On the play, I would probably keep this hand. But I think on 7, on the draw versus PO, I think this is a mulligan. This hand's like so much better. We actually have some agency with this hand. Ooh, are we supposed to Force of Vigor this Soul Ring? Now, that is a question, isn't it? That is a question. How are we beating Tinker Blightsteel? We don't have white in our deck. Are you, well, so if you're not choosing to Vigor here, are you choosing to Strip Mine? Are you playing Deathrite? Are you playing Bazaar? There's actively a lot of choices. So if you're choosing to race Blightsteel, that means you must be playing Bazaar. I don't think it's an unreasonable choice. I think there are other choices though, like Strip Mine Force of Vigor is one that comes to mind here. I think there's a lot of ways you can play that, and I'm not sure that. Interesting. Now that's interesting too, is it not? Wow, this has been some very interesting decision trees. I'm sure I'm gonna have a nice YouTube comment from Chalky with a 12 paragraph essay on how to best to play this, and I'm excited for it. Not hating. But I can choose Hollow One here as a clock, or I can choose Collector Roof and maybe go Catacombs, Deathrite Shaman. And then next turn I have Strip plus Oof, or Oof plus Bazaar. Man, that's such a tough choice. I really have to pick a lane at some point here, though. The problem with taking Collector Roof here is you're very priced into playing Deathrite Shaman, and the problem with playing Deathrite Shaman and Collector Roof is you no longer are holding up Force of Vigor. So if my opponent did something where I needed to Force of Vigor, we would be in trouble. So based on that logic and the way we've been currently playing this game, I'm going to choose Hollow One and go with my Bazaar of Baghdad. Now, we did, of course, draw another green card, but I think I'm going to get rid of this Bayou and this Stitcher Supplier. And man, I think I would rather get rid of the Strip Mine than lose the ability to play Deathrite Shaman next turn. Maybe that's not the case. I think you actively need to either be cutting them off from doing things or presenting a clock, and you really want to be doing both. And the only way we're ever presenting a clock is if we take Hollow One and activate. So I kind of think we should be taking Hollow One and activating. My question then becomes, I kind of think we're supposed to keep this Strip Mine. Theoretically, after a Force of Vigor, we should be able to Strip Mine and keep them pretty locked down. That is a lot of colored lands getting pitched, but... So the big punish for not casting Force of Vigor would be if my opponent just went Tinker for Blightsteel. Or Sphinx, right? Or not Sphinx. Wait, Sphinx Pro Green? Yeah, Sphinx Pro Green. So Sphinx or Blightsteel. Anything else is pretty fine to have held. We get to like still be able to hit things like Needle, double Moxen, those kind of things. So see if they have a fetch land. They do have a fetch land. It definitely makes my Strip Mine way worse. They also have a million Moxen. And of his, all right, I mean, unfortunately, I'm in really shit scenario here where they can actually actively pay PO in response to this Vigor. But I don't think we really have a choice, so we kind of just get screwed. Because they can just PO on our turn anyways, so... We're going to have to hope it works out. I think hitting Soul Ring is slightly better. But really not by much. Sapphire is still a pretty good hit. I think Vigoring at the start of the turn also is like probably losing us the game, so... I mean, we definitely are dead here. Man, that's just such a nut draw from my opponent. That's pretty wild. I mean, even if we went for a Collector Roof line, we would be completely wrecked. Yeah. Pretty awkward. I think we're very, very much going to lose this game, which is unfortunate. I don't think this matchup is particularly playable when you don't have a white sideboard, but geez. You think we played conservatively? I think we played aggressively. At least with our Bazaar plan. I think I don't understand what, like, the only thing that Vigoring a Soul Ring is doing is protecting you from Tinker. Which I don't think that's good enough. That's a fucking horrible activation. I wish I had kept a Bayou instead of the Strip Mine. Kind of got baited there. Ah, we're just completely dead. Yeah, I just don't think that gets you anywhere. Well, I think that plan, like, it slows the game down by one turn, but you're still in the exact same situation you were in before. Like, if you're strip mining, that means you're not deploying a Deathrite Shaman. It means you're not actually anywhere closer to doing anything with your spells in hand. And we probably don't want to strip mine there, but I don't know what else we're supposed to do here. Like, they just do the same thing they did before a turn later, and they also have your Bizarre Needled. Like, it doesn't matter. I think you're lost no matter what here because we're not playing Deafening Silence. I could have Vigored in response. No, I think they had 4 mana at every point, didn't they? I'm pretty sure they played their land, and then they played Mox Needle? Is that true? Was there a point where we could have Vigored? God, we're playing Sprite Dragons in this deck? Jesus. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mage Winnie actually played it correctly where they had 4 mana at all times, so... I don't know. It's what happens when you sign up without Force of Will, which is another big reason why I typically do not sign up without Force of Will. Sprite Dragon is not a card that I like to see in PO lists. But we're very dead, so let's just go next. Oh, get another match in. All right, after getting thoroughly pummeled in round 1, we're going to try again, round 2. With the Hogak, we've got nothing. Mulligan. These Abundant Harvests just look so unplayable. I don't know. Not that they would have been like much better cards anyways, because the last like 2 to 4 flex slots inside of Hogak are all really, really bad. But like this hand is not good, and I'm not gonna just like keep it in Abundant Harvest for a non-land card after like supplying or something. Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, this is one that's closer. I think we're gonna keep this one with the ability to hit off of our Once Upon a Time. Do we want to keep Harvest is the next question. I guess we could technically keep Harvest and Supplier instead of Deathrite Shaman. Keeping Harvest allows us to play Deathrite Shaman on turn 1, depending on how bad, like if this Once Upon a Time goes very badly. Guess we can try it. Ugh. It did go very, very badly, didn't it? What do I even do with this? Take a Bayou? Take a Wasteland, hope it's good? I think I have to take a Bayou. Yeah, I don't know. Man. We have rolled very low. The knight has been hurt. Very hurt. Blue. Yeah, it's been that kind of day, hasn't it? I definitely think I want to deploy this Collector Roof and hope it sticks. All right, time to find out what kind of blue deck our opponent's on. I mean, how are you? You say harvest into Gaak like that's something that you can like will to happen, when you can also just harvest into like anything in the entire deck that's not a land. Bloodghast. Welp. I'm supposed to believe. I don't want to play cards where I have to believe, not me, because right now, when I play Magic the Gathering, cards don't respond to me. Okay, you seen like this the things that we've made. Sheesh, let me do stuff. Come on. I don't know, guys. I want to play Magic, but Magic doesn't want to let me play. Which is bad news for the upcoming Pro Tour. I'll tell you that much. Not that I've put myself in the best position to win that anyways. There's nothing left to believe in. Everything has forsaken me. Mana crypts, land drops, mills. What did I submit? What do you think I submitted? You know what I submitted. Come on now. I did. I played some games of Standard. That is a true statement. Am I supposed to hold that Bayou in case I draw Bazaar? I don't know where you're supposed to fall between holding the Bayou to draw Bazaar or playing Bayou so you can hardcast Vigor. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm dead. Cool. Wait. If they play Breach, maybe we can Vigor it. Ooh. Yeah, I don't like playing Arena. It's too much stuff going on. Oh no, never mind. It's just a Sedgemoor Witch and an Ancestral Recall. Why am I not playing blue cards? How do people do this? You just get bullied over and over again by opponents playing much better cards than you. Look at this. My opponent's deck's just so much better than mine. Got him. Sucker. I don't know. Maybe I should hold this in case I draw a Vengevine. What the fuck's a Vengevine gonna do against a Sedgemoor Witch? Witch is so good though. Oh, Witch is a great card. Big fan. Wood Witch again. I've been so unlucky so far. Have you ever watched my stream? It's kind of the big deal. All we do. I don't think I'm playing in the prelim. I think we'll just play these league matches out because they'll be real quick, and I'll go 05, and I can also put that molding on Twitter, on YouTube, and everyone will be happy. Usually super whitelisted. Ha ha. All right. So, not me. We're playing against Breach Witch. What are we thinking? We're thinking Collector Roof, Carpet of Flowers. Do we play against Leyline? Maybe we need Vigors. Trophies. I don't think I've ever won a league match. True story. I don't know. Can I cut all my abundant harvest yet? Oh no, don't send the viewers to me. Not like this. Welcome everyone from Doomlink's channel. We're playing Vintage tonight. And by playing, I'm loosely defining what I am doing as playing the game, because oh my god, are we just getting destroyed. No. Angler is terrible. Why would you board in Angler against the Sedgemoor Witch deck? Alright. I'm in. Trim. Trophy Force. This stuff. We're going for it. Oh, and the rest of the Doomwake crew. Welcome everybody. This is kind of a Doomwake deck. I could see Devin playing this. And then complaining that didn't play blue cards. No, that's me. Wait, never mind. That's just me. All right, well, that's an unplayable hand. Try again. Aha! Bizarre Force. We're the blue deck now. I like it. I like it. What are we gonna put back? Probably just gets gassed. I guess theoretically I could put back this mental misstep, but I kind of like the idea of having a mental misstep here. Let's do that. Oh, my opponent is also on the mulligan. All right, okay. Does this resolve? Does resolve. Beautiful. I'll take a Vengevine. I'm looking for a hollow one or a Root Walla in my top two. Survey says. Unlucky. All right, I don't think I'm going to put this Root Walla into my graveyard. And the reason is because I want to trigger this Vengevine. So, Carpet of Flowers, Vengevine, and Stitcher Supplier go. And at least I have some protection, I guess, against a surgical extraction with a misstep. So there's that's not bad. That's not bad. Take that. Now, what does opponent have? That is the question. Yep. And demonic. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, okay. Maybe they're gonna get ancestral and we have a mental misstep for it. Or maybe they're gonna get Black Lotus and Underworld Breach kill us on this turn. But we actually have that covered with our Force of Vigor. It's gonna be tough though, because if we want to trigger Vengevine and hold open mental misstep for Ancestral Ancestral Recall, and hold up Force of Vigor for Underworld Breach, we're not gonna have a lot of room to work with here. So drawing something like a Basking Root Walla would be ideal. Gaak. All right, so we just completely bricked, right? Okay. I'm telling you, not me. Tonight is just not the night. It's just not the night. Hasn't been the night. Will never be the night. They tutored Narset? Opponent, you wilding. That's nuts. What are you doing? Maybe they already had it. Maybe they already had it. Oh, they got a Ravenous Trap. Well, I guess I'm just not activating my Bazaar of Baghdad. How about that? How about a land? Beautiful. Joke's on you, opponent. I don't have to activate my Bazaar of Baghdad. And I can just kill your Narset. It's gonna be funny when they tutor an Narset. Ooh, that's a misstep target. I'm in on that. If they tutor Narset and then and find a Rav Trap and then just die without ever like me ever activating Bazaar or using my graveyard. This is great. Next turn, we're gonna go play Basking Root Walla for full mana cost, cast Hogak, trigger Vengevine. Basic Mountain, huh? We're not activating Bazaar of Baghdad because there's a Narset in play, first and foremost. Not a strong trade deal. Yeah, I think that Grief is insane. I think that Grief is a super powerful card, and I think Grief might bust this deck back open. This deck is historically quite weak against combo, and having an unmasked creature that triggers your Vengevine is very powerful. Yeah, that card's real good against us, but we have an active Hogak, so we should be okay. I think I'm not even going to activate this Bazaar because I just want to be able to play around Underworld Breach. Yeah, I wasn't super impressed with the blue Evoker for Vintage, but it is blue, so it could see play because it pitches to Force. But the black one is real good, and it's very good with Vengevine and Hollow One, and there's already an existing shell it fits right into both this deck and Hollow Vine, which is like a landless version of this deck, and Dredge. So yeah, I think the black one is quite strong. That's interesting. Don't really think that I want to be doing that when I can be holding open Deathrite Shaman and holding open Force of Vigor so that I don't die to Underworld Breach. If my opponent blocks Witch on this Root Walla, I do think I would pump. Oh, I can't pump because I don't have a land in my yard. That's so probably not the best Root Walla attack of my life. I could definitely tap Bazaar and find a land to put in my yard. This is a true statement. I think that, like, that's probably fine. My opponent is in deep shit because Sedgemoor Witch is not great against Hogak. Neither are Grixis Colors. And I have Deathrite Shaman stopping their graveyard and Force of Vigor stopping their Underworld Breach. So I'm in okay spot. However, Merchant Scroll's a good one. Ancestral Recall. Also a strong magic card. Lightning Bolt on my Deathrite Shaman. Yikes. I guess we will eat your Merchant Scroll so you can't tutor for Brain Freeze. And then they follow up with an Ancestral Recall. And every time they cast a spell, they get little pests that gain life. Annoying. I'm not as confident as I was before. Turns out one Ancestral Recall can do that to a man. And oh, look at that. A second Ancestral Recall, chat. Mystic Sanctuary. Why are we playing our deck when we could be playing that deck? I feel like attacking with Witch there makes sense, but... oh, boy. No way I can attack through. I think I'm just attacking with Hogak. And I do think I'm activating this turn. Because I don't have any, I don't get trapped. Oh, a Deathrite Shaman's a great draw as well. So here's a problem. I don't think I'm actually putting this hollow one. I think I'm discarding this hollow one. Because I'm going to put both Root Wallas in play. And then I'm going to play this Deathrite Shaman, which is a better card than Hollow One in this board state. And that way I can hold up Vigor. Yeah, and casting Ancestral Recall does do that. No, I'm not attacking with Vengevine here. I'm just going to attack with just Hogak. I think attacking with Vengevine is just not good. I could be wrong on that, but the pests that sit here gain life and block it. I guess the worry would, I mean, there's not really a worry of getting my Hogak. I guess they would have to have 8 pests. I guess they could get up to 8 pests. So yeah, maybe we are supposed to attack with Vengevine. Well, the thing that this attack does is it always puts them down to 1, and I'm going to have an active Deathrite Shaman. But down to 2, and I just don't have to block pests, so they actually have to kill me or kill the Deathrite Shaman. So I think this attack makes more sense. They don't they don't know I have a Deathrite Shaman though, so they might only block with 1 like they did, and now they're actually at risk of dying to the Deathrite Shaman because I didn't attack with the Vengevine and give them a chance to chump that and go to 3, right? I kind of think that's a true statement and something to play towards, but could have just been coincidence. I mean, we do have problems here. Yeah, it's a good one. My opponent has 8 cards in hand. We're trying our best, but our opponent has blue cards. They're already on Time Walk turn, aren't they? Are they going to take a second Time Walk turn, or are they going to Lightning Bolt the Deathrite Shaman? They're going to cast Ancestral Recall? Or they have Brain Freeze? That's the best thing. If they have Brain Freeze, ooh, that would be the best for us, because then I can just hit this Underworld Breach, and they don't use their all their stuff. But for some reason, they just untapped, which makes me think that maybe they've decided against doing that. Guess that's going to be the story of the night, huh? Don't play a blue Forcible deck. They're going to gush first. There. Do I want to respond? I guess so. Show me what you got. Ooh, they have Fluster in their deck still? What is this? Oh, Ancestral. Right. That makes sense. Forgot about that one. Still probably fine. Wait, no, that means they're gonna Mystic Sanctuary back Ancestral. Oh, no! No! And they have a force off it? Oh, this is so sad. This is so sad. Why am I here? What are we doing? Where's this prelim? Oh, you guys are good. 19 players. You're all fine. You'll fire. Everything's fine. I mean, we're doing a lot of suffering. This is a true statement. My opponent has 11 cards in hand. They're discarding 4 cards at end step. Hey chat, how you doing? What's going on? They've only cast like 7 ancestrals this game, right? They've drawn like 20 more cards than me. They kind of look like they're whiffing though. I don't know. They kind of look like they're whiffing though. How do you whiff from here? Is that possible? No way. I think they whiffed. That can't happen. There's no way. Didn't all they really need to do was lightning bolt my Deathrite Shaman instead of casting Ancestral Recall with the Underworld Breach with the Force of Vigor on the stack? Oh, I'm not playing Breach. No, I think Breach is pretty bad. I might play Grixis though. I might play Grixis Tinker. Definitely considering playing Grixis Tinker. Well, I think it was a little bit greedy of them to not like just light. Oh, they lost. I think they should have just lightning bolted the Deathrite Shaman. If they had just lightning bolted the Deathrite Shaman instead of casting Ancestral. Oh no, I think Breach is bad. I don't want to play. Why do you need to play Breach when you have Tinker and Witches? I don't really see a reason. I don't think the Breach combo is like particularly good anymore. I don't think we were supposed to win that game, but sometimes you get a freebie. Is Chalice not good? I guess it's fine. I don't know. What do you want to do? Play it on 1? I don't like this hand very much. I don't think it's powerful enough. I don't know. I just took Not Me's list. You can play anything you want. I guess if Not Me's on a Carpet of Flowers plan, then maybe we should have. I don't think that's an accurate depiction of how this goes. Skeptist, I think that's wrong. I don't know. Playing Chalice on 1, like when our idea is to play spells, is kind of question mark. They're also playing like a ton of expressive iterations. Unless you're saying Chalice on 0 to stop like breach stuff, I guess. Yeah, this is not all in. This is Gaak. It's not it can have explosive draws by all means. Shouldn't have negation in their deck anymore. I'm not gonna play around it. Ooh. Ooh. How about a little ooh. All right. One of them hands as I draw the most explosive draw in my deck. Yeah, I don't think that's unreasonable. Yeah, this is fine. What are you playing a Jund Hierarch in, is my question in Vintage. Like, oh no! The Once Upon a Time made it so I put 3 cards in my yard? That's so unfortunate. Thought we played around it because we discarded a Root Walla. If I had played the Once Upon a Time on end step, but then I would have just gotten the Vengevine off of it, so I don't really know if that would have helped. I mean, it would have helped in the fact that we would have triggered our Vengevine still, but I think Wrap Trap is like fine, but not great against this deck. Yo, Asphalt, much appreciated. Been a rough day, so I appreciate the support. Congrats to everybody who won a tier 1 sub. Make sure you thank Asphalt. #1 gifter. Man, I feel like Witch just makes this matchup so bad. Witch is like so good against every non-Hogak part of this deck. Kind of just want to draw a lane. I guess we just don't activate Bazaar here, right? Play our land and pass. Try to find a... Another hollow one doesn't really get us anywhere if our opponent just has any cantrip, right? So next turn we can activate looking for a land for our Collector Roof. The problem with that plan is if we find a land for our Collector Roof, then we don't get to hold up Vigor, which I guess you don't need to hold up if the Collector Roof resolves. Yo, Glyra, thanks for the Prime. Much appreciated. Powerful wizardry. Drawing with our lantern, sure. And Galanox. Thanks, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good week, getting through the hump day. I actually don't even know if I'm going to work tomorrow. Tomorrow is technically my birthday, so maybe I'll just do something else. I don't know. Spa day or something. Go to the beach. I haven't decided. Wasteland. So, what do you think? Here, I think we just want to play this Collector Roof. It does pretty similar things to the holding up Vigor. Tap Bazaar, why? Good God, why? Why would we tap Bazaar? What does that do for us? All right, well, unfortunately, they have it. That is the downside to using the oof. Okay, putting Ancestral back on top. Oh, I just don't think that 3 Hollow Vines is good enough to beat Witch. You really think that three Hollow Vines is good enough to beat Witch there? I think that's insanity. I think you would just straight up lose if you went for the Hollow One route. I mean, I think we're going to straight up lose anyways, but I just think that these Hollow Ones are actually useless the minute my opponent played a Witch and got the... I mean, I'm playing a Collector Roof. I didn't do nothing. Like, I have to get a Hogak in play to win this game. But I think that Collector Roof buys me the most time to do that. Maybe that's an incorrect assumption. I definitely don't think that, like, playing... I definitely don't think that, like, anything about the Hollow One line is good, though. Like, playing a third Hollow One here is, I think, just really bad. This makes this matchup so bad if we don't have a Hogak. They found a Force of Will till this turn. Oh, they're just gonna combo kill me. I don't know, man. I think gotta wait till Grief comes out, because opponents having Witch is just really brutal. I think we just got killed 3-0. I think we just lost all 3 games. Like, I understand that we won game 2, but we should not have won game 2. Do I think that Witch will be restricted? No. No, I don't think that will happen, but I think it's like very good against decks that are trying to put free 4/4s in play. Oh boy, this is attempt number 3 to pull something together and figure out, gosh, how to get this deck to win a game. Void Mirror could be playable, but I don't really have super high hopes for its effect. I don't think it's super strong. All right. We'll defy. Found a hand. Let's go Bayou Vigor. Down. Probably shops. There's probably like a shops deck that changes its mana base a bit and spells and plays it. That would be my assumption. What am I pitching here? Hate Bears don't play Force, so, but like Hate Bears, I don't know. Rootwalla, land. Keep a Once Upon a Time. Cast a Once Upon a Time in response to the Rootwalla trigger, and then cast Hollow One, and maybe cast a second Hollow One. Here we go. 2 Hollow Ones. I can tell you that Void Mirror, they just conceded. All right, we did it, chat. Woo! Great success. I mean, to be fair, we made a nice, interesting sequence where we responded to the madness trigger and found a hollow one to get 2 hollow ones. But what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Just run it back. Theoretically, they could be on Breach, but I feel like if they were on Breach, they wouldn't concede, because there's definitely chances you can just win the game. Which makes me think they're on some kind of creature-based deck that loses the 2 free 4/4s. In which case they would be on, I don't know, some kind of garbage. Let's just resubmit for now. We don't know what they're on. My question, though, Skeptist, is even if there's decks that can play it, do you really want to play it? Like, is the effect really that good? I don't even think it is. I think that effect is kind of medium, and it's probably going to not work as much as it does work, or even less. I am not a firm believer in the playability of the Void Mirror. I think that card is pretty sus. Vintage Squirrel deck. All right, I see you. Why not? Doable. Totally. Why don't we? I mean, if I was the build a Vintage Squirrel deck, I'm pretty sure I would just play the Storm Squirrel card. I saw that there's there's a lesson from Strixhaven that is like 1 in a red. When creatures enter the battlefield this turn, they get +1/+1 counter and haste. So theoretically, you could build a red-green Squirrel Storm deck. Now, you don't need a Lord. You just need the lesson. I don't know what the lesson's called. Wrong person to ask that question. This is one once upon a time away from being. I actually think that this might be a keep just based on how high you can roll. I don't know what Not Me would do here, but I think I would keep this hand and try to high roll my top 6. It's not a lesson, it's a learn card which tutors for a lesson. Sorry, I am not up to date on that kind of terminology. But yes, I believe you are correct. It is it is not a lesson, it is a learn, which gets a lesson. They were a blue deck, huh? All right. Well, I'm gonna take the Deathrite Shaman. Unfortunately, we were unable to find the Bazaar. Maybe I'm supposed to use the Bayou. Probably not. Probably just Deathrite Shaman. I'm surprised my opponent conceded. I mean, I think most blue decks have ways to beat 2/4/4s on turn 1. Blue red. Blue time walk. All right, okay, sure. If my opponent's playing blue red, it means they have Dak Faded in their deck. If they just draw Lotus Dak Faded and they steal a hollow one, like I was pretty far behind in that last game. I don't know. Seems like a weird concession to me. Drawing more Vengevines is big sad days. Start casting some stuff. I think I would rather just deploy the Blizzard as it is. My opponent can crack a land at some point here. We're actually playing modern black-green aggro. They're Jeskai and they conceded that game? That's wild to me. Why would you concede that game? You have Dak Faden and Swords to Plowshares in your deck. I don't understand. Oh, we're very dead. I thought we were kind of doing it by playing around this Containment Priest, but no, they have Mentor Swords. We're very dead here. Whew. I guess they could technically draw nothing for the rest of the game. But even if they drew nothing, they have Time Walk back to the top. We're just dead. What's the point? Alright, I'm good. Let's go to game 3. Whew. Yikes. Alright, so now that we know they're on Jeskai, I'm going to keep 0 Vigors in. We play Chalice on 1. I don't feel like Chalice on 1's so bad, though. I don't want to play Chalice on 1. Maybe we play Gurmag Anglers here. Carpet, probably. Probably it. Looks fine. I actually disagree with that statement, Skeptis. There are very, very many. I even had one on this stream where you go turn 1, Stitcher Supplier, turn 2, Stitcher Supplier, play a Hogak on turn 2. 8/8 Tramplers are pretty good in your aggro deck for on turn 2. So I think you can actually have some pretty reasonable hands. I'm gonna keep this hand as well, especially against Jeskai. Gurmag Angler, showing off that we have a Gurmag Angler. Probably. Because next turn we can just this turn we can play Deathray Shaman, and next turn we can play Stitcher Supplier, and then immediately play Angler. Not really, depending on what's going on. On the bayou. So if my opponent, yeah, fetch land. Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, maybe if they have swords or bolt, then we lose our death rate, but it'll be fine. No, they just have island. Soul Guide Lantern. It's kind of annoying. I think I would have eaten the card. I definitely would have eaten my own Delta there if I were them. All right, so I have 1 mana, 2 mana. Supplier is 5 mana. I'm short. So I think we just want to harvest for a land and play another Deathrite Shaman. I don't really want. I mean, we can get close to. Next turn we can play Vine. Don't really want to play Stitcher Supplier and have it them play like use their lantern, but maybe we do want them to use their lantern. I don't want to hit a land with this Abundant Harvest. I guess. Kind of an interesting game. Strip Mine. I vibe with that. Pew! Okay, interesting. This is definitely going to be one of the more interesting games we play tonight. I still don't know why they conceded game 1. Just to show they weren't on Jeskai? Kinda weird. So now I kind of want to just play a Vengevine. Eat the strip mine first. Doing it the hard way. Harvest is a cool card. I just am still a doubter on the usefulness. All right, well, this is interesting because they countered my Vengevine, which does mean that next turn I can go cast Rootwalla, cast Supplier. They have to eat in response to the oh, they're cycling the Soul Guide Lantern? What? Let's see, what's the best way to play around some things here? I guess the best play is still Supplier, cast Hogak. Oh, they're dead. Cool. Oh, was I supposed to play that Rootwalla? Kind of worried about balance, I guess. Whatever. Victory for the good guys. All right, we've done it. We've made it to round 4. The wait is over. We've got a mulligan. Keep. Bottom. Done. Do your worst. Delta. Okay. Jet. Okay. Pass. I'm gonna end of turn a once upon a time here, just to play around negation. No reason to get negated in a game 1 where you don't have to. Oh, we're gonna get flustered? Dazed? Okay, Grixis, not Doomsday. But what are we doing? It just resolves. Alright, well, I'm gonna get this hollow one, and I'm gonna just ruin your day. Ah, Ancestral. Maybe I won't ruin your day. All depends on what happens after this. All depends on what they do, really, because what we do is just put some duders in play. Woo! Alright, hold on. What can we do with a Black Lotus? Anything? Nothing? Pitching Vengevine, pitching Bloodghast. I guess we can just play our hand, yeah? Maybe we find a Hogak. Let's try it. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to play Stitcher first, so that I can hit more vines. That was a misplay. Oops. But now they forced the hollow one instead of my Black Lotus, so maybe it all worked out. Definitely missequence though. Yeah, I lost a Vengevine. That is sad. I don't have to do that all right now, but F6 value. Though I don't know. What do you think though, not me? Like leading on Stitcher means I have to lead on Lotus, which means they might counter Lotus. But they do know I have a hollow one, so maybe they're just never gonna counter Lotus. Probably just definitely correct to lead on Stitcher in case you hit a Vengevine. Another thing about leading on Lotus is days. Oh my gosh, that's a Painter Servant. There's also days to consider. Playing Grix, or are we just playing Painter? Interesting. Playing Painter with forces. All right, upkeep, activate Bazaar. Missed on Root Wallas and Hogaks. Hit a land, which triggers Bloodghast. There's no way I can have this have haste, right? I can mill into a Hogak though, so that's pretty good. Bring back a Vengevine pre-combat. So nope, no Hogak. All right, well I will swing all. Oh, I guess I had to leave back one. They're never gonna block the Citrus Supplier. All right, do we die? Grindstone kill me? Tinker kill me? Gosh, interesting. What a weird deck. Yep, they killed me. Fuck. Ah! Losing a double hollow one Vengevine hand because we missequenced. All you can really say there is if we had sequence with a Vengevine, if we had sequence with Stitcher Supplier, we would have won that game. So I guess I just threw it. Definitely happens. What do we need this Assassin's Trophy? I kind of feel like we don't need this Assassin's Trophy. Not the best Vengevine matchup. Maybe it's still better than these Harvests though. Yeah, so I threw that game. Yeah, but does Abundant Harvest seem needed? I almost feel like Abundant Harvest should be a sideboard card where you can have more lands or something. I don't know. Man, that's so sad. Would we die on turn 3? Another victim of being on the draw, huh? Slash myself. All right. Nope. I guess theoretically, this Once Upon a Time, it's a Stitcher. I guess this actually is fine. Yeah, I mean, there's ways we can play a turn 2 Hogak. We have Vigor for their combo, and we play around Graveyard Hate. Kind of in on this one, actually. I think it needs a little. I think like our Once Upon a Time can really help us here. But I guess we're gonna take a Collector Roof then. Am I holding this? No, I'm so far away from Hogak. I would rather play this. I don't really think it's a Mold-a-Six. Like, we can just cycle this hollow one later. Like, they're an artifact-based combo deck, and we have a Vigor, and... Am I supposed to still just play Oof this turn, though? Maybe it's gonna get Lightning Bolted? I think it's close, but I think playing Oof is slightly better. I do have a feeling it's gonna get Lightning Bolted though, and if we have a read on Lightning Bolt, then they're just forcing it. Tezzeret the Seeker. Oh, all right. I see you, opponent. Yeah, doing things. I feel like you could have brainstormed, looked if you got a Lightning Bolt, and then decided if you wanted to force. Maybe. What do I know? I lost last game because I suck. Probably can't listen to me. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. 4 cards in hand for me. 2 lands on each side. Pearl. Tinker. No, I was joking. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a fucking joke. It was a joke. Man. Come on. Who does this anymore? Nami doesn't even have a sideboard plan for it. Not a single card. Man, so sad. So fucking sad, dude. I can't play vintage leagues. I can't play vintage leagues. I can't do it. I just can't, man. Fucking hard. All right, welcome to the final attempt. And we got a spicy hand, so let's see if this is going to be good enough. So far, we've had some serious nut draws that have just not been good enough. I should definitely have cast Once Upon a Time at the end step. Well, let's see if they force a negation it. Oh my lord. Alright, well, if I don't win this game, something is wrong. This is a no props hand if I've ever seen one. This is a no props hand if I've ever seen one. Definitely. This is the high. This is the rush. This is the rush of adrenaline you get by playing some Gaak. Why would what? What? It's not gonna go well for you, opponent. I knock it down when you need me. So I technically can cast Once Upon a Time. So unfortunately, I hit one of the Vengevines here. I guess I'll just take the Stitcher Supplier. This lets me attack with the Rootwalla, which is pretty nice. You just kill this. Not that it does anything. All right. Your go. Have a nice turn 3. All right, so that game went very well. I will say that game felt like we did the thing and was nice. All right, so what deck plays double basic island, Swords to Fairy? Double island, Swords to Fairy. I'm thinking Standstill. I'm thinking Standstill or Pio. Those are the two that I'm thinking. Standstill and Pio. The problem is most iterations of Esper Pio don't play 2 islands. And I don't think any iterations of Jeskai play 2 islands. So it makes me think like Standstill. I agree with that statement, not me. I think you can play any 4 cards in the slot and it doesn't really matter. I do agree with that statement. What am I boarding in here? I have no idea. Let's board an Assassin's Trophy for Containment Priest. Let's board in Grimog Angler and um Vigor. Boom. Perfect deck. Submit. Oh, Carpet. Yeah, we could have played Carpet. I keep forgetting that Carpet's in your sideboard, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do keep forgetting that you're playing that. Okay. I will elect to keep. You could play 4 main deck Leyline. That's definitely something you can do. I don't even think that's bad. Nah, Carpet seems good in the sideboard. It's doing some serious work over there. Alright, basic island. Raft Digger's Cage. Guess I'm gonna need some of those vigors back in my deck. Strip mine you. See if you got more. If they don't have anything more, are we harvesting for oh. I don't think I'm just gonna waste that. Alright, they're out. I guess that's fair too, yeah. What's the likelihood this resolves? We may kill our opponent without ever knowing what they're on. This is gonna get them a basic. We don't even want to do this. I kind of wish I had, you know, not cast my Abundant Harvest, but I wonder if I'm supposed to Abundant Harvest here and hopefully hit a there's just like too much chance I hit a Wasteland, right? What's the likelihood? I have 2 Bazaars in my deck. 2 Bazaars, 2 Wastelands, 1 Bayou, 1 Dryad Arbor, some fetches. I do still need to hit a land for Vengevine anyways. I just want to hit, I want to play the Bloodghast this turn. That's a good hit. I love playing black-green aggro. It's my favorite deck. Nice Raft Digger's Cage. Yeah, I definitely shouldn't. I didn't realize I didn't want to Assassin's Trophy until I hit the end step. So we definitely could have done things earlier and been a little bit happier with our lives. But coming for you. We're coming for you. Yeah, black green aggro. Woo! All right. Overall, Hogak is still Hogak. I think this version where you don't have the white sideboard is not very good. I don't like the white sideboard cards, specifically Deafening Silence and Swords to Plowshares. But I think you kind of need them. Like, you're just so weak against combo, and obviously you're still cold to like crazy people running Sphinx, Tinker. So, and I am personally a big fan of having Ancestral and Time Walk in my deck. So I kind of like the blue and white crazy splashing, all that kind of stuff. So I do think that the idea of Gurmag Angler is interesting. My biggest problem with Gurmag Angler is it's just so bad against Witch. And I think the idea of carpet flowers is pretty interesting too. I just forgot to board it in a couple of times, but it's an interesting thought. It's an interesting thought. So overall, I don't think it's time for Hogak yet. I think you need to wait. You just need to wait for a couple weeks, and then boom, you get Grief. And what was the other card? And then you get the black removal spell that's like a bone harvest, but it's not. It's like you can sack a creature or you can discard a card and like exiles a creature or a planeswalker or something. So if you just wait for that card, you don't have to play white in your sideboard for, well, you might still need to play something in your sideboard for combo, but Grief should help with combo because you're playing an Unmask. So yeah. So I think wait for Grief and wait for the removal spell, and then you'll be good to go with your black green or black green blue Hogak list. Yes. Thank you for bearing with me for this very turbulent Vintage League, as are all Vintage Leagues we stream. This is, I think, the 157th Vintage League that will go up on my YouTube directly following, not directly following, in a couple days, it'll go up on my YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching on YouTube. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? That's a free thing you can do. It really helps me out. So if you like, comment, and subscribe, I know you've heard it before, but those things really do help out the channel. Makes the YouTube algorithm happy with you and happy with me. So thanks for watching.